Alright guys, alright. So, first things first, a little bit of self-promotion. We have just literally made a Telegram account. It's actually, I'll put it on the screen for you. It's right here, obviously Nonpartisan Media. I will put a link in the description below. It has just literally been made, and at the moment I've just been going nuts with the posting to post a whole bunch of articles and just basically everything that's relating to everything that's happening. It's covering a wide range of things, or will be covering a wide range of things, but obviously at the moment it's very heavily focused on the mandate. But it's going to be sort of our new headquarters for sort of discussions and stuff like that, just because of the fact that Discord is somewhat unreliable when it comes to banning people. So we do have a safe place to go. I will put a link. It is already in the description below. You can go. It's a group. You can join. You can post what you want. Just don't spam like currency stuff and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, my say is final. So if I take something down, that's it. And try not to go posting a whole bunch of anti-Semitic or any racist shit. Although there's only one or two people that would do that. Looking at you, Leaf. But at the end of the day, just try and keep it somewhat clean and that, because there are other people there that don't want to see that shit, and I don't want to see it either. But yeah, that's generally the rules of it. It's just no spamming, no really heavy anti-Semitic shit or anything like that. But just anything to do with news, anything to do with like conspiracy theories or anything like that, feel free to post it. Join the group, do what you want in there, within the exceptions, and obviously just keep in mind, obviously. Yeah, that's it. So there's a couple of things that we want to talk about, but the first story, there's only going to be one story today because I'm still researching some stuff. But the first thing I want to talk about is this. So I found this really, really interesting. So Canberra anti-protests are set to grow. It's anti-mandate. They're not anti-vax. They're anti-mandate. But, you know, the news wants to conflate. Police are expecting the numbers of anti-mandate protesters that have been causing disruption across Canberra to peak, with thousands likely to attend rallies. Thousands probably an understatement. As demonstrators continue to set into a second week, the anti-mandate protesters, sovereign citizens and conspiracy theorists are set together on the lawns of Parliament House. Now, the reason is because Parliament is actually heading back. I believe it was today or yesterday. And they're going through and they're doing their protesting on the lawns of Parliament as a sort of show of force. But the really funny thing that happened, AC Police have said more than 3,000 demonstrators are currently in Canberra, with the number expected to grow on Tuesday. I think it's more than 3,000. It comes as a crowd of more than 500 protesters gathered outside the Governor-General's office resident on Monday. Protesters pulled down the Australian flag on the flagpole outside of Government House and replaced it with the Australian red insignia, the merchant ship flag commandeered by the anti-government protesters as a people's flag. The Commander Lieutenant Champion of the AC Police said no arrests have been made in relation to Monday's protests. The crowd have been generally well behaved and peaceful, she told the cameras. We're putting very resources that we can towards the protesters and the activities, blah, 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 blah. Right, so that's what their official line is, right? But here's the thing, right, is we have a video from these guys. So we're just going to play that and we're just going to listen. And apparently, so just a little bit of context, apparently the police tried to get the flag down and were outnumbered by apparently 500 protesters. Yeah.
Yes, come on, what just happened?
We just stand at our ground, or we set our ground, and we protected our flag, the flag of the people, the red answer, from the police. They want to take it down, and successfully they had to retreat. And
why did they retreat, do you think?
Because the voice and the power of the people. They're strong, they're united.
Yeah.
They're representing their flag, and we're sitting for it, and we're standing behind it.
And how many victories have we had so far?
A lot. But this was a good one.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
we're sitting in the front of the General Governor's house in Canberra.
Yeah, that's right.
People in distress.
I love it.
Yes.
Tobias.
So that happened apparently. So just to recap, in case people are not aware of what was actually happening, was that the people actually went to the governor's house and they took down the Australian flag and they replaced it with the red insignia. And then the police basically turned up and tried to remove it and put the Australian flag back up, but they were outnumbered and apparently were scared off by 500 protesters. They're claiming there's 500. I don't know the exact number. It sounds like there might be more than 500. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's kind of interesting because, yeah, it's like the government now doesn't even control the flagpole outside the governor's building. Now, they didn't go into the governor's house, which is a good thing. So at the end of the day, they've basically just taken over the flagpole and they've raised their own flag. And yeah, basically, yeah. So that is definitely interesting. So the reason why this is significant, and I'm going to get someone else to explain it, but this is actually quite significant, them actually taking down the flag and raising it. So we do have this video that has come out where he actually breaks it down. So let's quickly watch this and let's see what he has to say.
All right, g'day Australia. Back here with a halftime speech. Bit of an update on what's been happening. On our way to Canberra again. It's early morning. And as you probably saw yesterday was a very significant day. Now, a lot of people are probably saying, oh, that means nothing. So what? You just put a flag up, they'll take it down. Nah, that's not what it's about. Yesterday was very symbolic. And you saw the videos of the people protecting the flag. You could not drag them away from that flagpole. And then something very significant happened. The police retreated. Now, there was a little bit of argy-bargy, but that's normal, that's going to happen. But look, it all ended up being pretty peaceful. The red flag was put up there, the Red Federation flag, as well as the First Nations flag, and it was a sight to see, flying high over the Governor-General's house. Now, the Governor-General's house is permanently closed. You look on Google, or you call them up, and you've got to press them because they'll say, oh, business as usual, but you've really got to press them. The Governor-General's house is permanently closed, and that is not allowed. He's a public servant. He needs to be available to the public. So it's very significant about what is happening, and we all know that that has stemmed from the notice that Rod served the Governor-General 2 weeks ago. And that's starting to heat up. And now it's Tuesday, and at 10 a.m, official proceedings will commence at the new Parliament House. And also today is the first day of sitting where all the MPs, the ministers, they all come back. So there's probably going to be quite a few people there. There'll be a bit of media there. But we are being heard. And we're also being told that a few people, the representatives of the people, such as Hoodie and John Larder and Arnie Glenda, Tony Nikolic, they will be taken in to Parliament House and they'll be allowed to read out their demands. So some MPs will use their parliamentary privilege to take some representatives in. And again, it's very significant, it's very symbolic. We've got a foot in the door. We are being heard. And then it all leads to this Saturday. This Saturday is the big one. There's nothing after it. Don't think about anything after it, because if you start thinking like that, you get complacent and you think, well, I'll just wait until the following week. Nah, it all culminates this Saturday in Canberra, and it begins with a march at 10 a.m. at Commonwealth Park in Canberra for an 11 a.m. start at the new Parliament House. And this is very important. Everyone is there. Don't put it off. If you have anything organised, if you have a date, if you have a wedding, if you have a sporting event, whatever it is, if you're moving home, move to Canberra. Make everything happen in Canberra. Now, I know it's hard for people to get there during the week. That's okay. I don't have a job, so it's easy for me. I don't know how long I can keep doing this. At the moment, I'm living off air. But everyone can make the effort to get there this Saturday. And the last point I want to make is this. Everyone must come in peace and unity. I don't want to hear filth from anyone's mouth. I don't want to hear anyone talk about violence. I don't want to hear anyone talking about storming the building or taking ownership of it or any of that garbage. We don't behave like that. We need to show the Australian people, we need to show the government, and we need to show the media that we are better than that. We rise above that. What they're waiting for, they're waiting for one fool to incite violence, to then label us all as extremists. That is what they're after. And we can't let that happen. We have to show them that no matter what, we're all united. We link up arms.
Right, so he's just going to basically go on, and I second that last point, is at the end of the day, be peaceful. You don't want another January 6th. I was warning about January 6th before it happened. Some people listened, some people didn't. But at the end of the day, they want you to be violent because at the end of the day, they can then label you as a terrorist. But yeah, guys, obviously big thing happening on this weekend. I still can't get there. I've got work commitments. I really do. I can't make it. But hopefully, maybe my work schedule might be clearing at the end of this month. I might be getting fired. But yeah, at the end of the day, they want us to take the mandate. They're enforcing the mandate, and I'm saying no. But yeah, guys, obviously let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Obviously, the big thing about this flag, obviously things are starting to roll in the right direction. So who knows, maybe I'll still have a job at the end of February. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. I wanted to talk about this because I haven't actually seen anybody else talk about it. So I don't know if people are just not aware of it. But at the end of the day, yeah, it was kind of a big thing with them going through and replacing the flag and putting up the red Confederate flag, the red insignia. I don't think I actually have that video on the... I'll actually post that on the... I'll post that on... I'll have to find it again. I've just lost it. But anyway, apart from that, guys, let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Obviously, link for the Telegram is in the description below. Please feel free to jump in and join. Obviously, at the moment, we are heavily focused on the convoy because that is our main priority. But apart from that, we are also going to be dealing with other news as well. So it's just going to be a place for us to collate news and stuff like that. Make my job a little easier as well because obviously I better go through in there and search for things. But obviously, I'll also be posting stuff as well. Apart from that, guys, obviously this video has been helpful. Please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.